Let's go have a threesome. I have a lot of deal breakers.
You have to talk about the toot.
And then I got ghosted, so. Welcome to The Spill.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to The Spill. We are so excited today because Sarah is back.
Sarah's back.
Yay! Hi, guys. So excited to be here. Sarah was on maternity leave, and our YouTube watchers are so blessed today because Sarah does all of the video. So we haven't had a YouTube video in months.
Yes. And Haley and I are accidentally matching.
So thank God someone's here to record it.
Yes. This was not planned, but here we are.
Yeah. And we have Sarah on a mic today, so we will be hearing from her as well.
Yes.
So exciting.
I just love it. I feel so welcome. You guys.
Sarah has the best things to say, especially when it comes to pop culture. So
Yes. Oh, my God.
Okay, today I will share my win of the
Yes.
week.
okay.
Let's... Honestly, right now, it's just that I got to come back to work.
I love that.
I'm so excited. Love my child. He's so freaking cute, and he's so smiley and
Yes.
squishy. But he doesn't talk back. So, you know, I've
Oh.
missed adults, and I'm so excited to be here.
my God, I
Yay.
love that.
That is a win of the week. I love that.
I love that you have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
A tiny baby.
A tiny
know, how
baby.
sweet.
And what's your baby's name
His name is Riker.
for all of our listeners? Oh.
Yes, he is.
I know. He is so cute.
He's very
10
squishy.
weeks old. He's very squishy.
And
Looks
he took
like a tiny
photos with
old man.
Santa.
Yeah, he took photos with Santa.
He did great.
Yeah, he did really good. The
Gracie.
child he was with did not do very good. And so it set him. He was just. I think he's an empath. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
He
that.
was like, "Oh, you're crying, so
This isn't
I
right.
gotta cry.
I have to cry for you."
We will cry together.
Yes, I don't want you to feel alone, Gracie.
What's his star sign?
He is a Libra. I know.
I'm a Libra.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you are.
I feel like we knew this, but I'm still excited
But, yeah.
every time I get to hear about a
Yes.
Libra baby.
He's a Libra.
He is an empath.
You know, I was like really indecisive when I was pregnant, and
Mhm.
everyone would be like, "That's because your baby's a Libra."
Yes.
And I thought, "Oh,
Sarah, I'm so
Maybe the hormones.
passionate about this. I'm so passionate about this.
Wow.
tell me more."
Because Libras are indecisive by nature.
Mm-hmm.
And you, I feel like, are a decisive person.
I really am.
Yeah.
Except with that pregnancy was kind of crazy.
You got hijacked.
The Libra energy. I love that. Baby's a Libra.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, welcome back, Sarah.
Yes,
We're so
Thank
weird.
you.
That's our win of the week as well.
I know. Sarah just adds the certain dynamic
Mm-hmm.
that we need.
Yeah, yes.
We do well on our own, but like I feel like we're not top level.
Yeah, we're not at our best.
We're not at our best.
It's just the truth, and we knew it.
Yeah.
And so thanks for
Um,
hanging in there,
yeah.
listening to the last few episodes without Sarah.
Yeah. And we're more consistent. We recently got reprimanded
Yes, we did.
about our consistency, which needed to happen. So
And we
thank you
needed
to
to
that
have-
person
Thank you.
for
You know who
telling
you
us.
are. Thank you for letting us know.
And I know you're listening to this.
I know you are. And we needed that reality
Little
check.
kick in the pants.
Yes.
But Sarah's going to keep us on track too.
Yes.
Because when it's just the two of us, we're like,
Oh yeah.
maybe
Oh well,
we
you know
don't
what? Why
have
don't
time.
next week we'll record 2, and then we'll make up for it. And then that next week it's like, oh my God, I'm swamped.
Guess who never recorded two?
Mhm. And I am embarrassed to admit it, but we were not consistent.
No. Mm-mm.
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 So
So,
I don't stand for that. We will no longer.
back on track. Sarah's back.
Thank you, Sarah.
We're thriving.
Sarah's back.
back again.
Okay.
Okay, what are we talking about today, Trace?
We are talking about saying no.
I love it.
Yes.
No
just
means
generally, no means no. Boundaries.
Yeah.
And when to say no. And so we're just diving in on the word no.
Yeah, when to say no, how saying no can actually like lead you to more or better opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like sometimes saying no is like, oh, I just shut down everything. But
Yes.
really it can sometimes open the door for everything.
Mm-hmm. Closing a window to open a door.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so we are going to dive in. And I think a good place to start would be to talk about... What?
I don't know. What?
You looked at me like, oh, really? You have,
You have a good place
you're going,
to start?
Where are you going?
Where are we headed? We're headed to a good place to
We're
start.
heading to a good place. Is saying no to good opportunities.
Yeah.
Because I think that is one of the life lessons that I've been working on personally.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and we talk about a bit.
Yeah.
And I actually feel like recently I did do that.
You did.
Mm-hmm. And it was
A
a
couple
good
times.
challenge. A couple times, actually, yes. I think that in life we feel a lot of pressure that when a good opportunity presents itself that we should say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who wouldn't? Why would you turn down a good opportunity?
Absolutely. Well, and I feel like, especially for you, you're such an ambitious person and, like, want to achieve
Yes,
so many
exactly.
things that I feel like even for you especially, it's hard to turn down what could be an advantageous opportunity.
Yes, because I'm like, there it is.
That's
Exactly
my
what I've
ticket.
been looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think the hardest thing for me about saying no to good opportunities is figuring out which good opportunities to say no to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been quite the shuffle because if it's a good opportunity, they all feel, it's like, feel it out. Go with your gut.
What's your gut tell you? What's your intuition tell you?
Yes. And that I just don't possess.
A gut?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it.
Really?
Mm-mm. No, I'm like, I don't know. Is that gas? Could be. No, I'm just kidding. But I do think, like, when people are like, go with your gut, I'm like, well, what's my gut? I don't even know. Like, I get so trapped in this, like, analysis that sometimes I just, like,
Analysis paralysis?
yeah, that I'm like, I don't know. Maybe that was my gut. Maybe that was just me trying to talk myself into it. Maybe that's me trying to talk myself out of it. Like, Sarah's nodding. She gets it. It is perpetual. And then I feel like I get so deep into that I can't listen to my gut.
We've lost our gut.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I only get that immediately. And if I don't pay attention and slow down, then I never get it.
Yeah.
You have a good gut.
I like my gut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I never thought I'd say that because, I like to be skinny. But yeah.
I
what
love
gut?
my
what
gut.
gut? You don't see a gut.
Her instincts.
Yeah, my instinct. I trust my instincts. I like to think I trust my instincts like every time, but I have something, and I don't know what it is, mental illness or something, but like I feel like if I can't picture myself doing something or being somewhere or saying something or being with someone, like it shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I can't picture it, no.
Yeah.
In my brain, when you have like the little scenarios in your head.
Yeah, yeah.
If I can't picture it, it's not happening.
Mm.
If it's just a black hole. Do you ever? Do you ever?
Well, no, I don't. She told me about this last week in regards to one of my scenarios she was helping me through. And she's like, Trace, I just don't see you there. Yeah. And then I was like, God, I'm not going because now I've got this.
And
doom. Yeah.
Probably nothing bad would have happened. It didn't need to sound ominous.
No, it didn't. But that's the way I took it because I don't have that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means,
But we found out later that it was probably for the best that you didn't go.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. I do believe, like, if I ever get a feeling, which I think would be like instinct, sometimes I'll get that just like random. Sometimes I think I fed it to myself.
Like a premonition?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We're like I remember when I was working surgery and we'd have patients come in that full blown would just like show up and then be like, I'm not getting my surgery today. Actually, I'm going home.
Megan Fox.
Yeah, Megan Fox.
On Call Her Daddy, she talked about that, about how she will not do it if someone's even thought about having a bad day.
Oh, yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, I won't do it.
Yeah, and they canceled this major life-altering cancer surgeries, okay? This isn't plastic surgery.
I don't know if I would say no to a cancer surgery.
No, this is, that's what I'm telling you. Like, major life decisions. People would show up, and this happened enough that, like, I remember it very well. Like, I'd go into their pre-op room, and they'd say, I just don't feel right about this, and I don't want to go through a surgery today. And, I mean, there it is.
Which takes a lot of balls.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm proud of them for being able to say no in that situation.
I know.
Because that would be really hard.
Oh, my gosh.
Like,
I
everybody's
can't imagine.
waiting on you.
You got a whole team, a whole OR team.
Yeah.
Walking in, too. They showed up.
Yeah.
It's like they needed to test.
That's like saying no, final boss, for sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Like,
that is final
wow.
boss. No. So sometimes I get like that kind of a feeling of like, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but just something doesn't quite feel right. And I don't like this. Like, I don't know. Like, have you ever been in and like when I'm traveling and then I go to a restaurant and then I need to go to the bathroom or whatever. I'm alone. And then I start to walk down the hallway and it's like dark and feels weird. And you're just like, no, I'll hold it.
At a restaurant?
Yeah, just like a public space that should be safe.
Yeah.
And something doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And then I won't go.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But it's so minor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever get ones that I feel like would be
But I feel like
helpful.
You should lean into that feeling because that's the feeling, not necessarily scared, But
Yeah, because
like,
mine's more fear-based.
yeah, yours is more fear-based.
Yeah.
But you should lean into that feel, like try to harness
Practice.
that feeling. Practice.
Mhm.
Yeah, practice, because then I think you get better and better at it. And are there times where maybe my gut or my intuition has led me astray and I've turned down something great? Sure, fine, but like hasn't ruined my life. My life is fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
So
And how much? And it's probably protected you far more than it's hindered you.
yeah, so I'm going to keep riding that wave.
Yes,
you
ride
know?
that wave. Yeah. I think it's a skill, and I do think it's like you can practice. I think meditation helps, like being able to like
Yeah.
quiet your mind.
You had a meditation spell for a while.
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember you had that app and everything?
Yeah, I still have the app. I do it every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I was a spell, like I was doing it daily,
Yeah, she was.
and which is good.
It's
I
meditation
think daily
queen.
But I do feel like when I was meditating more regularly, that I felt a little bit more in tune with my mind. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it was more quiet, less scattered.
Yeah.
So anyway, saying no to good opportunities. Yeah, I think it would be helpful if I had like a little angel on my shoulder that was like nodding, you know.
Yeah.
Like, yep, this is
do
the one you
it.
say no to, or you should do this one. It's a good one.
Yeah, like hindsight's 2020.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the hardest thing, especially with an achievement mindset.
Yeah.
It sucks to say no to anything, actually.
Yeah.
Feels like denying myself greatness or something.
Yeah, there's like a pressure to seize every, quote unquote good opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not all opportunities are good opportunities.
Mhm. And even if they are good, that doesn't mean you should take it, because you have so many things that you're trying to achieve. And when you try to do so many of them at the same time, you don't do any of them really, really well. Or maybe the one that needs
There's a saying about that.
a jack of all is a master of none.
Oh, I like that. That wasn't what I was thinking of, but I
Oh.
like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know, but it's true. Like you have to be able to turn down actually good, truly good, not good and I think it might be bad. Truly good and I think it would be good.
Mhm.
Opportunities to make room for the ones that you're already trying to like fertilize.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you feel like there were times that you said yes to something, an opportunity or whatever, and it turned out badly? That you were like, should have said no to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I've had hiring decisions that I learned a lot from, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or I've even said yes or started projects that I'm like, okay, that was not worthwhile. I just did it because I could do it. Like, just because you can doesn't mean you should, kind of thing. you
Yeah.
know? I've definitely had those. Have you?
Yes, I think so. I can't really think of one. We're saying yes has been bad.
Dating.
Yeah. That's true. But it always makes a good story.
It does.
I feel like if like nothing truly bad hasn't happened,
Yeah.
Whatever. Do it for the plot.
Well, and you're right. Like, you're like the dating ones end in entertainment. The business ones end in lessons that are
Yeah.
so important, you know? I think the good ones, like when I take on a good opportunity or start a project that maybe just wasn't wise, what the bad that comes out of it is that I am lacking in other areas that I wish I was not, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's time with my family, time to have leisure, time to like support other endeavors and do better at the things I've already taken on. I think that's more my
Yeah.
issue is making sure I have enough time and space to water the flowers, you know?
Water the flowers.
Yeah, instead of just spend all my time pulling weeds, because that's what it feels like when you take on too much, don't you think?
Yeah.
All you're doing is damage control and pulling weeds. And then you have less time to water the flowers.
Oh, I like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's people that have like a whole yes year, like where they say yes to everything.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do
What
that.
do you think? I would do a yes day.
A yes day.
My kids want that. They ask, like, can we have a yes day where you say yes to everything we ask? I'm like, put our caps. I don't know.
Oh my god, we had that. It was called Eric and Haley Day.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, got to do whatever we wanted, and everything was a yes. It was very cute. But yeah, a yes year. I don't think I could ever do that because I love to say no.
Well, yeah, the boundaries. Say yes to literally everything.
Yes to everything.
Like, hey, do you want to go on this trip? Yes.
yes.
Mhm.
Can you imagine?
No.
Oh my god! And I love to like bail on things. Like I could just never do it.
I love
could
to
never
bail
do
on
it.
things.
I do.
I would love to say yes to every travel opportunity.
Yeah.
Because if nothing else, a good story will come from it, good memories.
Yeah. So what have you learned, like, in your saying no versus saying yes? Like, what are the questions that you ask yourself to decide if it's a yes or a no?
I don't know.
We're
like, I'm really novice
and well-researched in this topic, and we're ready to give you advice.
I'm really novice. Truly. Like, I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like, I ask myself if it's helping me to my ultimate idea of what success looks like. And that's something I really, like, was faced with last summer, was figuring out what that meant to me. Because instead of making every situation have its own success marker, I wanted to have one successful marker, which was living, like, a happy, healthy, fulfilled life.
Yeah.
And then when you remove other things from that, you remove, like, successful would mean this amount of dollars, successful would mean this kind of car, success would mean this many friends or whatever, right? You just keep your one eye on the prize. I think it makes it easier to try to, like, assess whether something belongs in your life. So I try to ask myself, like, does this lead me to my end goal? Is this supporting me in what aligned? I actually want? Or is it just a good opportunity that will be fruitful in ways that I don't need nor want, at this time?
Yeah.
I try. It's still really gray, because I feel like you can talk yourself into or out of anything. Like, yeah, I'll be more fulfilled if I, you know.
I can justify almost anything.
So I have to really break it down, like, what does success mean to me? And most of the time, if it's something that is going to take away from the things that I'm already trying to work on, I try to say no. Or if I think that it's going to hinder growth for other people I'm involved with, or, I think those are easier. But there are so many that I just really struggle to make that decision.
Yeah.
So I'm learning. What do you feel?
What do you think?
I think my head always just goes to, like, career opportunities and things like that. That's like probably because they're just the most obvious ones.
Yeah, the more black and white.
More black and white ones. But I think I'm kind of a mix of both of you. Like, do I have a gut feeling? Yes. Do I overanalyze it? 100%. But then I just talk myself out of my gut feeling.
Yes, you're like, is this anxiety?
And then I'm like, oh my god.
Is this anxiety?
But now I've just realized, like, my ultimate thing, like, my questions, like, okay, yes, this is good, and this could absolutely lead to, like, a good future.
Yeah.
Like, it like, I guess in reference to career opportunities, like, yeah, this could be, like, huge. You could, like, double your income. You could get a company car, things like this.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is just, like, okay, but are you happy? Like, Marie Kondo that shit,
Oh, I love that.
Like,
Marie Kondo.
does this make you happy?
Is this serving me?
Yeah, is this serving me? And it's like, yeah, I could be happy, but is this my ultimate, like, what I want to be doing?
Is this going to bring me happiness?
I feel like that's what I always come down to.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah. I think about, like, when I was going through my house hunting process, when I was, like, looking at houses and, like, deciding, like, what to do, there were so many opinions, like, so many opinions on if I should get this one, I shouldn't get this one, I should definitely get this one, I should not buy a house at all.
You should remodel this one, you should never get one, you have to remodel.
Yeah. It was just so many opinions, and, like, oh my gosh, you should wait a year, you should not even be looking right now, like, all of those things. Like, literally opposite ends of the spectrum, everyone's opinion. And obviously I bought my house, and it has had its moments where I'm like, what am I doing? And why did I buy a house as a girl? What am I doing? Those moments for sure. Like, probably every couple months I have one of those moments where I'm like, I cannot believe I own this piece of property, and, like, what am I doing? But I also think about, like, times where if I didn't have this house, like, I would have missed out on stuff. Like, we wouldn't be doing the podcast here. Like, yeah, we could have found somewhere else to do it, but I feel like it accelerated the process, just being able to, like, do it here. I have a foster dog named Walt that I couldn't have if I was still in my apartment. Like, things like that where I'm like, okay, everything works out, And
hosting your family.
Yeah, hosting my family. Like, I'm able to do the holidays here. There's just so many things where I'm like, oh, thank goodness I have a house, and I'll look at Zillow, and there's been a couple times where I'm like, oh, I wish I would have waited because that house is really cute. But literally 2 times in the past year and 3 months or something like that has that happened. otherwise I would not have one because there hasn't been any that popped up where I would want to be in my price range. So it's like, I feel really happy with this decision, and I'm so glad that no one talked me out of it, and I trusted my own instinct and my own thoughts about it. Because there were people definitely telling me like, no.
Yeah, and it's like, when do you lean on what you think may be wisdom? You know?
Yeah.
And when do you trust yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a lot of people telling me like, oh, it's too expensive right now. It's gonna drop. Interest rates are gonna drop. Housing prices are gonna drop. Guess what hasn't happened in the past year and 4 months?
Yeah.
It's gone up. Like the prices have gone up. Interest rates might have dropped like a teeny little bit, but not enough to have made a difference. So it's like, okay, well, no one can see the future, but I trusted myself in the fact that I knew in this area the prices were not going to drop. So
yeah, and you can always refinance for an interest rate.
Absolutely. What do they say? Date the rate.
Yeah.
Whatever. Marry the. Whatever they say. Marry the house.
Whatever. Marry something. Marry the
you're
price.
Marrying something and you're dating someone else and you're cheating on
Date
both of them.
the rate. Marry the house.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Know.
I mean, I don't really care,
Yes.
about
that's good.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think about that.
Interesting to think about. I wonder what kind of clarity you would have if you didn't have naysayers. Like, I wonder if having naysayers allows you to have more clarity.
Yeah.
Because you have to challenge yourself, like, was this a good decision versus just doing it. If you're like, was this a bad decision?
And I really was challenging the naysayers.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally, like, fighting them. There was one point where I hung up. I'm like, you are being so annoying, I have to go. And I literally hung up.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I was just so frustrated. No, it wasn't on Tracy. I was just so frustrated because I felt in my mind, body, and soul that this was a good idea and a good step. And I just couldn't wrestle with the fact that anyone would think that it was a bad idea, So that's where I was like getting so frustrated. But I do think that it then brought me additional clarity of like, oh no, I'm right.
Yeah, like you had to search for proof that it was right because you had a challenge.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know, very interesting.
Yeah, I think that kind of clarity is so nice to have, though. Even like, I mean, starting Rise, sometimes I think like, God, should I have done that? Probably every quarter or so. I bet most entrepreneurs do that.
Every quarter.
Evaluate the numbers.
It's not even a numbers thing. It is a sanity thing. When I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
This is a lot. And there's no end in sight. And then I have my moment and it passes. And then I'm like, I am living my purpose. I'm living my passion. I am obsessed with everyone and everything.
Yeah.
And I move out of that. But I think it's normal because when you make big life decisions, I think like if someone doesn't scrutinize your decision, you will, At least I do. I don't know. I'm constantly like evaluating myself.
Yeah.
Like, how you doing? Huh? Did you fuck up or no?
Are you happy?
Yeah. Are you happy? Are you on the right track? Yeah. I think it's important to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. To reflect inward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe it's unhealthy, huh? When you're like, move it along. It is what it is.
Right. Because there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on mental health.
No, literally. Maybe we need to do another mental health check-in episode.
Yeah, we should. I've had a breakdown, I think, since the last one.
You do think so?
Mm-hmm. Have you?
Oh my God. Well, tune in next week where we evaluate Tracy's breakdown. I don't know if I've had a breakdown per se.
Mine's always the same old one.
I don't think I've had a breakdown.
Oh, really? We'll be doing an evaluation of the same old thing.
So. I kind of want to have one, but I feel like I'm constantly...
I could trigger one for you.
I would love that. I feel like I'm constantly in a state of like that teetering, Like I think I put it on my story last night where it was like something about overthinking. It was like, woman stops overthinking and is now thinking about how if she's not overthinking, something bad will happen.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm just like constantly in a state of like overthinking, and so therefore no mental breakdown will happen.
Oh, yes. Because you're just constantly living on the edge.
Yeah, I'm just already like teetering. Like always. I just need something to throw
I'm like
me over.
nowhere near the edge most of the time, and then I swan dive, and then I'm back.
Oh my God, we should totally talk about it next week.
I love that.
Yeah.
Save that for next week.
Save it for next week.
Yeah, but I think all in all, saying no is like really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And not everything should be a yes.
Correct.
We're not yes girls.
No, and we're really not.
We're really not.
It's called boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
Especially when someone wants a favor. How do you handle that?
A favor?
Mm-hmm.
What kind
Like,
of favor?
Hey, Haley, could you, it was something small.
Have you seen the studies on how to if you ask someone to do a favor? Like, they're more likely to do it for you if you say, hey, I have this like really big favor to ask you.
Oh.
They're like more likely to do it if you like approach them in that way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
Versus just like, hey, will you stop and get me a drink?
Yeah.
They're like, I wish I could, but it's like, could you do me a really big favor?
Yeah.
I would love
like,
it if you stopped for a drink.
I have such a favor to ask you.
Wow.
I know. They like did a study on it, but they're more likely to say yes if you phrase it in that way. Anyway.
Okay, noting.
So if someone asks me to do a favor, how do I say no?
Yeah, like, do you feel like you're good at saying no, or do you feel like you're a sucker and that anyone could ask you for anything and you have a hard time turning them down?
Yeah, I'm kind of a sucker. But I don't feel like anyone asks me for favors, really.
I do. I feel like I ask you all
Me?
the time. Yeah.
Well, it's my job.
I mean, it is in your job description, but it could get blurry.
I feel like an assistant is just like one giant task doer, favor completer.
She's got a point.
What favor are you thinking of?
Well, like, this isn't really a favor. It's just what popped in my head. But the last week before our podcast, and I texted and I said, do you have any sweet treats? Because I was on my period.
Oh.
And if she didn't have them, I was going to stop and get some.
See, I don't think of that as a favor.
But she's like, yes, I have chocolates. And when I came, she had all chocolates
and
out.
all out. I think of a favor as like, hey, will you go fill up my tires with air?
Like going
like,
out of your way.
Yeah, going out of my way. Not like, do you have snacks in your pantry? Like, yeah,
that brings us to you. Do you ask? Like, I don't even feel comfortable asking favors that I know will put somebody into an inconvenient situation.
If I feel like I'm gonna like put somebody out, I don't want to do it.
No, I don't either.
I hate asking for stuff like that. And I feel like when I hear people asking like crazy, outrageous favors, I'm like, holy shit, are you being for real? You know?
Yes. Well, you know what's
like,
funny?
It shocks me.
Yeah, that's
like,
exactly how I am too. I'm like, no.
I would rather crawl into a hole and die than ask someone to do X, Y, and Z for me.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, like go fill up your car with gas or...
Yeah, like I would rather bike to work.
Yeah, or like, we've talked about this and I can't think of examples, but one thing I was thinking, like, when you want to do your trips and I'm like, let me watch your dogs. Yeah. And I literally offer and you're like, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't want you to. I'm like, give me your dogs.
No.
But we do talk about people are like...
Yes. I know. Well, and I feel like in that kind of scenario, like, even if you offer and I'm like, oh my God, like, yeah, that'd be great, but like, think of the implications. Like, it's really like putting you out, you know?
Well, it's like you and Mariah. So it was Jeff's birthday this last weekend, and everyone's like, let me watch your kids so you can go out with Jeff. And that is exactly what Jeff wants always, is quality time with me. And I wanted to give him that, but all of our typical babysitting options fell through. Yeah. And I'm not going to lean on anyone for childcare. And I get it. It's like you and your dogs.
I know.
Everyone's like, let me watch your kids.
I know. I kept waiting for you to text me, and then I was like, she's probably not going to text me. And then I was like, let me text her. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to text her. She's got it figured out. Like, I'm not going to force her into a dinner, you know?
I know. End of work day on Friday, everyone stops in the office like, let me know if you want me to watch the boys.
Yeah,
I'm like, I won't.
Yeah, like she wouldn't. You almost have to just like show up at your house.
Yeah, but even then I'd be like, get out.
No, you'd be like, come in and hang out.
Yeah. Oh my God, I made you dinner. Get in here. Yeah. You know what? It makes me think of
like what the psychology of that is.
Yeah, it makes me feel uncomfy.
People like that, and then there's the complete and polar opposite,
where they will take anything they can get from
just
anyone.
Take, and like nothing in return,
and manipulate to take, right? Like not only what are they willing to take, but they will do the, hey, could you do me a favor? Like they'll do it in a way that like almost ensures that someone's going to bend over backwards for them.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe is it nature versus nurture?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The people that like do that, like ask for favors all the time, and then you ask them for something and they act like they're like really being put out. I'm like, really?
Yes. No, literally.
After everything I've done for you.
Yes, it is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That like people lack, I think the people who are willing to take lack the perception of taking.
Yeah.
Like they don't feel like they've taken anything.
Yeah.
They feel entitled to it. So then when you are wanting them to give, they're like, and why?
Yeah.
Like, why? What? That's great. That's outlandish.
Yeah.
I would think.
That's why I've started just like only giving what someone else gives, you know, because it's like, okay, well, clearly that's like our friendship is not what I thought it was, so I'm going to be doing less, you know?
Yes, I'm not going to overextend myself.
I'm not going to overextend myself just because you know that I will, you know?
Yeah, that's called getting taken advantage of, you know?
Exactly.
And that happens to us. Yeah.
Sarah, do you feel like you're a favor asker?
No. Are you kidding? That's scary.
I know.
The people, where do you get the audacity?
I know. That's one
No.
of the main reasons I want a husband.
I honestly,
you
yes.
Yes.
No, I even think like moving and stuff.
Oh
the
my
last
gosh.
time we moved, we had so many people, and they were sincere, and they were like, let us know, what do you need help with? Like, we'll come move you. You can use our truck. And Colton and I both were like, absolutely not. Like,
Yeah.
we will
Same.
suffer in silence. And like, poor Colton has to move the majority of the furniture. I'm just like helping with my weak arm.
Same. Yes.
And we're like, oh my God,
Yes.
we will never accept it.
No,
And then
I
on the
know.
other end, like, is that unhealthy? Maybe.
Right.
I think it is.
Maybe it's slightly
Yeah, like,
unhealthy.
should you allow people to help you? Probably.
I think,
But-
Does it make me want to die? Yeah.
Yeah.
yes. Well, remember, I went to that retreat. This comes up a lot because mindset was a big thing there. But I went to that retreat. And then when I launched my coloring book on Amazon, they were all like, hey, send us the link when you launch your book on Amazon so we can like purchase it and leave a review. And I was like, no, that's okay. And they like thought I was crazy. He looked me in the eye, dead in the eye, and said, let your friends help you.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, it is like it's giving love and it's giving support that someone wants to give, and when you deny them that,
Yeah.
you're denying them like expressing a form of love or support that they want to give you.
Yeah.
And so when he said it that way, like, let your friends help you, it's not like you're abusing them.
Yeah.
You're not like slave labor. You're literally
Yeah.
they're saying, I want to help you, and you're saying no.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And when you think about it, so then I did. I sent the link to everyone, and it felt really good, like, to see people rally,
Yeah.
because I would never ask for help like that. I think that is such a
I know.
tall ask.
Yeah.
And they're like, shut up. Send the link, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeff and I, same thing. Every time we moved, and we moved every year for the first 8 years of our relationship, which was so crazy. But there was one time that we moved to the 3rd floor in an apartment building, and Jeff carried the washer on his back like a backpack. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God! In an apartment
And he
complex.
lived to tell the tale.
And he's among
I would
us.
have been crushed on those
I
stairs.
know.
He would have had to have my memorial
It
at
was
that
so
apartment
crazy.
complex.
Oh my God! I'm like running around him, like, you know, like he's Kronk, and I'm like Yzma running around, like, oh my God!
Circling.
No, literally. Shit. Do I save you? The washer? Myself? I don't know.
Probably yourself. The washer's headed towards you.
But that's not healthy.
Yeah.
No.
I know. My last couple times, like, Tofia's family has moved me the past 2 times. And if I think about it too much, like, it makes me want to die,
I know.
you know?
I know.
But
And the kind of joy that it brings them. Like, that is,
I know. They love it. It's like, they all come out.
yes.
They load up the truck.
Get the pizzas.
They have lunch. They
Yes.
have breakfast, you know, and they do the whole moving thing. And
Yes.
then they're out within, like, 3-4 hours. And they're like, okay, well, anything else? I'm like, no, please. Can
You're
I
like,
pay you?
Can I scrub your feet? I don't know.
Yeah, can I wash your car? I don't know.
I don't know. So when are you moving? Can I move you
No,
in?
seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like that is also hard because I'm like, I'm not super helpful in that category. Like, no one's going to ask me to help them move.
I know.
But I would love to help if anyone's listening.
Okay.
I'll help you move.
But you know what? I think what you said earlier about like trying to give what someone else is willing to give is also really tricky, because in your scenario, if you were going tit for tat, like, you can't operate that way in all relationships. I think it's really important to find friends that you just are your ride or die, and you're like, listen, maybe 2024 was the year of taking, and 2025 is going to be the year of giving, and we know that we've got each other's backs, and we would show up however was needed.
Yeah.
Those are really valuable friendships, because when you don't have that, you do have to kind of like protect yourself a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like there's certain friendships in certain scenarios where I'm like, I have to monitor this
Yes.
because we're not doing a give and a take,
Yes.
and it's not healthy.
Yes.
But there's other friendships like Tofia where it's like, no.
Not even asking questions or evaluating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, I'm giving now. You're giving later.
Yeah.
I'm not worried
Call
about
me
it.
anytime.
Yeah. We're not keeping score. You
Yes,
know, 'cause
yep.
that's the type of person she is and that's the type of person I am.
Yes.
But I feel like you run into those personalities where I'm like, I have to watch this because you are, we're not the same, you know?
Imagine being rich and famous.
I can't.
You'd have to do that with every single.
I mean, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I would love it. I would love it.
I'm
Oh my
driving.
God. I'm picturing it right now. But yeah, I would love that. But yeah, I think it would be really hard.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't want to make any new friends.
No, literally.
Like, this is it.
You're just in it to take, and I'm gonna have to say no to everything you ask because.
Well, and
I'm
that's
gonna
why
set
they say
boundaries.
like rich and famous people like only date other rich and famous people
Yeah.
for that reason, you know, because you just never know who's
Who's in it for the
a
assets?
leech. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of crazy. How did we get here?
Well, I don't know, but little segue. Speaking of saying no and asking for favors, and like part of saying no is being able to like also, I think on the flip, ask for things, right? And one thing that I struggle with in managing a team is realizing that all of these people are employed and have job descriptions that include doing work. And when there's something to be done that falls into someone's job description that I am doing, and then I don't want to ask that person to do it. This happens all the time.
I know.
I'm like, we have 11 employees. And then I'll be doing a task that I damn well know I hired someone. And it's not that they're not doing it because they don't want to, they're incapable. It's because you step in,
do it,
and I just do it. That's a bad trait to have.
Well, I'll just do it. I'm like, no, because I feel like if that person found out that you did that, they'd be like, oh my God,
does she not trust me?
Why didn't she ask me?
I know. And then it's so stupid because I'll be doing it, and then I'm like, I should just go ask. I'm like, it'll be faster if I just do it. And it's like, it's a terrible thing. And it feels like that. Like what you're talking about of like, makes me want to die to ask for a favor. It feels like I'm asking for favors.
Favor.
It's not a favor. I'm paying them to do it. I'm telling
That's
you.
literally like earlier when she's like, I ask you to do favors all the time. I'm like, my job?
Yeah.
What?
Actually.
So.
My job description.
It's just, that's what made me reflect on it a little bit. I'm like, wait, this is all coming together.
Yeah,
this
it's all
idea
coming
of
full
like,
circle.
it is something I really struggle with.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to ask myself lately, like for instance, Jeff and I were at Rise almost all day yesterday. We were installing TVs in the treatment rooms, which that is definitely a Jeff task. Okay. So we're not going to delegate.
Electrical.
Jeff's got to do it. Jeff's dropping electrical. Yeah. Just going to go drop electrical or whatever.
Casual.
Casual NPG. Yeah. And so I'm there. We've got our kids in the break room. I run one to a play date, come back. So now me and Ben and Jeff. And I'm making the marketing reel video because I'm there anyways. And I thought, I bet Sarah either has one of these or would like to do it, would like to be included in this. But I made the whole damn thing yesterday. What could I have done? Played with Ben, but could have taken him to the park. I could have helped Jeff. But instead, I wanted to be as productive as possible. And I sat in the corner of every single one of those clinic rooms and put together a marketing video.
Isn't that crazy?
I thought that this morning when I walked in. And I was like, oh, the TVs are up. Like, we're going to need to make a marketing video. And Tracy's like, oh, no, we're putting it on YouTube now. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's been done.
And isn't that crazy? Because, like, you
silly.
hired these people.
Because they're better at that job than me.
Yeah, because they're better at that job and you think that they're fantastic and fully capable.
Yeah.
But then not.
Yeah, what's the psychology behind that?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
And Sarah, how does it make you feel?
You know, sometimes
Now that we're all here in this room
I'm
together.
not gonna lie. Like when we started at first, I thought, "Oh my God, I think Tracy hates me. I think she regrets this decision."
A lot of
and
people
I'm
feel
getting
that.
fired.
People feel that way. I have to talk people off a ledge a lot.
Yeah. Now I'm
she
like,
doesn't hate you.
that's just Tracy. Like,
Yeah.
she's just so
A little
productive.
Tasmanian
yeah.
devil.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She didn't even think twice about it.
She's
but-
just going for it.
She thought about it and said,
I'll just do it.
I got it.
I don't want to burden Sarah with her job.
I'm sure Sarah's got other things going on.
And sometimes I do enjoy it.
Yes.
Like,
and it's your creative
I want
outlet.
to do it because it's my creative outlet. So, like, if it was something that was, like, if Benny really needed me or if Jeff really needed me in that moment, I would have closed the computer and said, Sarah's got this.
Yeah.
But if I have an opportunity to work and be creative, I like to take it. But then I realize, oh, well. So remember that work-life balance whole situation we talked about and how you have a team of people so that you can...
Maybe that's where you baby step into your favor asking. Maybe you start asking of others, employees.
Yeah, so they don't think I hate them or think they're
And then it will trickle.
incompetent. That's what I would feel like if someone did just stepped in without saying anything and just did something I thought would be my job. I would think they think I'm incompetent. Like I would really struggle my personality with that. I would. I would.
No, I know. It's just funny to me.
So there's some
start
self-reflection.
off by just delegating people their jobs.
Sarah,
That's how we start.
Yeah,
How would you like to do
how we baby step?
Would you like to do your job today?
Would you?
and Sarah's like, I already am. If you'd stop stepping on my toes, it would be really great.
Yeah, maybe that's how we baby step.
Yeah, because the listeners, if you don't know, Sarah, she's not just our podcast queen.
No.
She is our marketing director of Rise Rejuvenation Center. Okay, the business I was sitting in yesterday doing marketing stuff for. It's just so silly.
Yeah.
But anyways,
But
so I don't
the
say no
video
to
looks
myself.
Phenomenal.
Thank
So,
you.
It does look phenomenal.
yeah.
A plus.
A plus.
And I mean, it's just a work in progress.
It's a work
I'll
in
hand
progress.
it over now.
Yes. Okay. So the research of the psychology of asking for a favor, it says requesting a favor from someone can influence their perception of you and increase the likelihood of them agreeing to help. It's based on the Benjamin Franklin effect, where people tend to like someone more after doing them a favor. Essentially, asking for a favor can sometimes strengthen a relationship by creating a sense of reciprocity.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah. Ask someone to do a small favor, they may start to view you more favorably and more willing to help you in the future. So,
Ask people to help you move.
and I do agree with that, like the perception of like, oh, you need my help?
Mm-hmm.
I'll help you.
Think, yeah, you think I'm capable
Yeah.
and you trust me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus, oh, you did it for me. You think I'm stupid.
Okay.
You don't trust me or like me.
Or like me. Oh my God.
Well, that's what everyone thinks. Does Tracy hate me? Is she mad at me?
I think
People
they
ask
all.
Haley that.
I think that they all think that you like them, but they think that you hate them. It's a weird.
Oh. They're like, she wants to love me. It's really hard. She hates me, but like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But it's probably true. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Sarah, I did think that when I walked in this morning.
I thought, oh my God, a video. And then I thought, oh, no, it's been done.
Same thing. I could have said, Sarah, I made a video and I need to figure out how to get it on the TVs. Go. But instead, Jeff and I came in to work early today before the podcast so I could figure that out. It's just funny. Funny.
It's just funny.
But it is uncomfy for me.
It's very uncomfortable, and I wish I could. I'm sure I could work on that. Let me rephrase.
I think all three of us in this room could. You can make fun of me the most because I'm in a position in which I should be. And like you said, it's not a favor, but it feels kind of like when asking people to do their jobs, you know?
Yeah.
Feels like, could you do me a favor and work? I don't know.
Could you do me a big favor and do your job?
Yeah.
Um,
That's interesting
Anyway.
psychology, though, because
I know.
you think it would translate to like a good leader, trust their team and asks of them to do things would build, I think, a healthy relationship.
I think it would build. What do you call that?
Mutual
Trust.
respect.
Rapport. I like rapport. Yeah, I like rapport. Yeah.
What else about saying no? What about saying no to like a second date if you really didn't want to go on the date, but he was super nice and you don't want to hurt his feelings?
I've never had that happen.
What?
What do you mean?
You always say yes.
Someone asks you on a second date, you don't really want to go even though they're really nice.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I have had that happen. I feel like I just no. This is
I feel
something
like it
I
had
need
to
to
have
work
happened.
on.
At some
Anyone has had it happen, it's you.
Yeah.
This is something I need to work on,
Okay.
and I know I need to work on it, so I don't even want to hear about it.
Okay.
I usually just ghost people.
Okay. You cannot say, and I know about it and don't want to hear about it, because just the other day,
Oh,
she says that she thinks it's fine.
I do.
Yeah. There's nothing to work on.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to ghost people.
Is that it? That's the whole thing?
Sarah and I were like, uh-huh.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah, I think it's fine to ghost people. I think the only time where ghosting is like not okay is if you have like an established relationship with this person. Like if I went on one date with you and like I'm not interested in like continuing anything and I don't feel the need to like let you down easy because like we're not in love and we're not getting married, I'm gonna ghost you.
Okay.
Who are you to me?
I see that.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna take the energy. Like just take the hint. You know?
Like, I think you'll know.
I think you'll get the picture.
But you wouldn't ghost somebody like you'd hung out a few times.
What? Well, be more specific.
Okay, let's see. Well, like, where's the limit? 3 dates, 4 dates, or is it connection based?
I think it's more connection based. I think I think I've ghosted someone after 2 dates. Yeah. But the connection wasn't there for me, you know? I don't know, you guys. I'm really having an internal debate on whether I want to work on this or not because I really don't think that it's that bad. And 2, I don't care.
I do think ghosting is just like a tool of today's communication.
Yes.
You know? Like people, I don't know, maybe it's social media, but we've all gotten so comfortable with it that like you don't know anyone that hasn't been ghosted before.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
ghosted.
The only time that I felt bad about ghosting someone, and like I still feel kind of bad, like sometimes I'll like wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I should text him. I feel bad. You know, was this guy, and he actually lives in Kansas City, and I met him when I was visiting my friends. We met out at a bar and whatever. Had a lovely night out at the bar, dancing, having a great time, whatever. He gets my phone number. I'm texting him a little bit like the next day, but he's busy or something, went out of town. So I never see this man again. I only see him that one night.
Okay.
And then I get home back here and he's like texting me like a lot and like wants to come to Salt Lake like next week. And like we were going to Cabo and I was like, oh, I can't, I'm going to Cabo. And also like you're a stranger. Like I spent 4 hours with you, you know?
Wow. He was love struck.
Yeah, he was like, I want to come to Salt Lake, like blah, blah, like what are you doing in the next 2 weeks? I'm like, no, you're getting weird now. And like, I don't know, I was just getting like a weird vibe. He was like so in love that he wanted to fly all the way here. Okay. So I stopped responding. Okay. And maybe that makes me a bad person. Okay. But then he texted me multiple times after I ghosted him and texted my friend and said, hey, is she okay?
Did she die? Yeah.
Did she die? Which also I'm like, dude, chill out. And then text me again, was like, hey, I'm like really worried about you. I'm like, oh my God. But I
Can't a woman ghost anymore?
Can I ghost in peace? Like,
yes.
You have to keep like trying to bring it up.
Yes.
Anyway, so that's one that I feel like a little bit bad about. And like upon reflection, like I could have just texted him and said like, hey, like, no, I'm not feeling it. But
no,
he's giving me a weird vibe. He's like almost 40 and like banging down my door after 4 hours. Like, chill. You know?
Yeah. Well, he said, this is it. This is my golden opportunity.
This is my,
You're in Nebraska 10.
This is my one opportunity. Yeah, I know.
I also think she's a Salt Lake 10, but just to let y'all know.
No.
If you missed our episode talking
about
that.
You need to go back to that episode because we did break down some numbers in that one.
Yes.
But also, some of his family was at the bar and he was like introducing me to like his cousin and his sister. And I was like, I'm feeling weird.
I'm feeling
weird. I don't know. So that was the one time that I ghosted that I actually feel kind of bad because it's very possible that he thinks I died.
Maybe he's listening to this.
If you're listening to this, I can't remember your name.
Oh,
hold on.
Oh,
Mark.
It's Mark?
I'm rocking with Mark.
Okay, Mark.
Mark, if you're listening to this.
If you're out there.
I'm fine.
I'm fine and...
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I'm fine and I did ghost you, if you haven't gathered that. Yeah.
Well, I do think it's interesting that the result of ghosting, like you wouldn't feel bad if he just never responded, if he took the memo, right? So the only reason you feel bad is because he thought you were dead. But in most cases, you wouldn't feel bad because nobody,
If he didn't go and think that I died and like was genuinely worried about me, I wouldn't feel bad.
Yeah, you'd be like, and he got the message and we're moving on.
And I've gotten ghosted too. I got ghosted by that one guy.
Yeah.
That you loved so much.
Yeah, I know. I was heartbroken.
He straight up ghosted me after I sent like a full which I didn't even want to send. Oh my
No.
god, I
Oh
could
my
go
God.
into
Oh,
this.
no.
I could go into this whole story, but we'd be here for the next 10 years.
This is what happens when
Next
Tracy starts.
week's episode.
Next week's episode. Oh my god,
I started vicariously dating through Haley, and it was bad.
it wasn't good, and it ended me up
It's good I'm
in
married.
in a weird spot
It did.
that I've never been in before.
And she knew it, you guys. Speaking of gut,
no, I knew.
she wanted to say no, and I was like, girl.
You're like, what if you just text him and you're like super clear and you communicate with him? I'm like, no, I don't want to.
I'm like, call him up. She's like, what?
No, literally.
Mm.
But that was probably the one time I've been ghosted. It's never happened before.
You mocking me about being clear. What if you were just like the clearest kind? You should. That is literally what I said.
You said something to that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It didn't end well.
no, it was the one and only time I've been ghosted. And I'm 27.
Yeah. Damn.
So it was actually Tracy being ghosted,
Yeah, I think
not
that's.
you.
Yeah, I think you could just
Wait,
chalk it up.
That
Yeah.
video that I sent you and Mariah
Yes.
last night, it was a TikTok and it said, if you think you ghosted me, you didn't. You actually ghosted my work family and they loved you a lot. So thanks.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
Still bring you
Oh no,
up,
I was writing on it. They won't shut
Literally.
up about it.
He's like fully in like a happy relationship.
See, and we know that. Why? Because of the work family, not Haley.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, Mariah follows his girlfriend. I'm like,
Mhm.
hello? What's going on?
Yeah, we're fully subscribed.
What
so.
is going on? But, you know, it just shows that he was fully capable of having a girlfriend. He just didn't want that girlfriend to be me, and that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm. He just needs to say that next time.
No one's saying that, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No one's saying that.
No one will ever say that.
Yeah.
They will ghost, or they will say, I'm just really busy with work right now. I just, like, don't have time for
Okay,
a
well, I
girlfriend.
think that's such bullshit.
No, I agree.
But you're right.
I
That
do
is the
not
way it is.
disagree with you. I feel like the environment of dating today is like so whack,
It is so whack. It is embarrassing.
and I'm contributing to the problem. But like, I'm
Well,
out
what else
here
are you
in
gonna be?
these
Be a
streets.
victim? Yeah. You can't be. You can't be the only person out there getting ghosted.
No, I can't be the only person like wearing my heart on my sleeve.
You can't be the only person communicating effectively.
Exactly.
That's what I think. I'm like, what? Literally, no one's communicating anymore.
Gosh, we should really talk about this next week.
I know we've
This
gone
is,
off to
like,
say
fully-
no.
How'd we get here? Again, I
Every
don't know how
episode
we
this
got here.
happens. It's just like a road trip chat. Okay, so saying no, looping back in,
Oh yeah.
saying no to a date. You don't really have a good.
Oh yeah. I don't really have a good temperature on that because I usually just ghost people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's a way to say no.
I'm trying to think if there was legitimately ever a time where I was like, hey, I'm like not interested. No. No, because usually the sentence that goes along, like, I think you're great, I'm just like not interested right now. And like usually I don't think that they're great.
I see.
So
You never had your great, just not for me. It's like you're great. I'll give it another whirl.
wait, I have been ghosted one time before.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, and this one was actually kind
So
of
now
sad.
I'm not alone.
This one was actually kind of sad because
Oh.
yeah. Wait, I totally forgot about this. I think I trauma blocked it out.
Oh shoot.
It was, well, it's not that dramatic, you guys.
It sounds bad. Okay, buckling up.
No, it was this guy, and he's actually from Nebraska. And if you're listening to this, just know I don't like you.
Yeah. Neither do I.
Yeah. I can't even remember his name. God, what are the names? Whatever. It's not important. We'll call him Tim.
Tim.
He's from Nebraska. Tim is out here
Okay.
going to medical school residency. I don't even remember. He was a cardiologist.
Okay.
Okay. We go on a date. I have a great time. I
Okay.
think he's fantastic. We talked about the zoo a lot, which was kind of weird, but like it was fine in the
Such
moment.
a flex.
You know,
Yeah.
the Henry Dorley Zoo. It's Omaha Zoo. It's a big deal.
Oh.
It's a big deal.
Oh my god, not just any zoo.
Nope. So we talked about that a lot. I think his sister was a worker at the zoo. I can't give too many details. Someone might actually know this person. Anyway.
Okay, yeah. Keep it very
Whatever.
high level.
Yeah. Keep up, people. We're on this date, having a great time, whatever, chit-chatting.
Yeah.
After, I can't remember if I texted him or if I just, like, never heard from him again. I think I texted him and I said, hey, I had a great time or whatever, which I never do.
Mhm.
Probably because of this.
Yeah. she's
And he
traumatized.
never wrote me back. He legitimately could have died.
Oh, well, Tim, are you alive?
Yeah, so I just never heard from him again.
Oh.
I know, it's kind of sad.
What is that?
So, I don't know, maybe I'll stop ghosting people.
She's gone full circle, everyone. But I don't think so.
Maybe.
Honestly, based on what I'm hearing, I think you have to keep ghosting.
Why?
I just think, well, if you do what I did, you end up getting ghosted.
Right. You kind of have to, what do they call it? Shoot first.
Shoot first, yeah.
Any hoozle.
Okay. Shoot first. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you ready for my pop culture moment?
Yeah, let's do
Do
it.
we feel like we've adequately
Covered just saying no and how terrible we are at it? And
are in no position to give advice at all?
Do we consider ghosting saying no, or do we say that's unhealthy? You are not saying no. You don't know how to say no.
Oh my God. I feel like I just got therapized.
I was just thinking about that because I thought, wait, you're good at saying no because you ghost. I thought, well, maybe not.
Yeah, that's probably like
Maybe
not
that means you're
saying
not
no.
good at no. Yeah. Neither one of us are good at it. Sarah?
No. I was sitting here thinking would be like, not that I've dated in a long time, but I'd be the person that'd be like, yeah, like, let's do a second date. And then I'd go home and then I'd text him and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I just am busy. I can't.
That would have been me too.
For the rest
do
of
it.
my life.
For the rest
I'm
of my
so
life.
busy.
Like, yeah. You
Yeah.
know? So that's not really saying no either.
No.
Well, I would be saying yes to a second date when I didn't want one, and then I'd be crafting a perfectly written, very clear, hey,
Yeah.
I've had a great time. I think you're an incredible human being.
Yeah.
Let them down softly, and
Took
they'd be
some
like,
time
no
to
one was
think about
wondering.
it.
You could have just ghosted me.
Right. Well, and then why would you agree to the second date?
Because I have a hard time saying no.
Especially in person.
I got to
I
at
feel
least
like
break down one time and
Is
not say
anybody
no when I should have.
asking for
And
a
then,
is anybody asking for a second date in person?
well, I haven't dated, you know?
No. In the movies.
No, I mean, even if
do.
they texted in the movies. Yeah. No, I mean, like, if someone texted and said, hey, I had a great time, I'd love to take you out again, I would probably first go on a date with them when I didn't want to, and then force myself to face the facts that I did something I should have said no to, and then decide that I need to let this person string them along for a whole emotional journey they didn't need to have when
Right.
I should have just ghosted them. So that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Because then you're not a part of the emotional journey.
It's like I didn't need to whip you around, take you on a
Yeah.
second date, lead you on, just to send you some incredibly clear, unnecessary breakup text, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So.
I haven't dated, you know? I've been
Yeah.
with Jeff since 2 days after I turned 18.
Yeah. It's hard out here. It's not for the faint of heart. you
It's
know?
not. Mm-mm. And I'm not going to try to intervene in it anymore.
No.
I'm just going to be on the sidelines.
No. And one of my friends is literally on Hinge right now. She just broke up with her boyfriend, and we FaceTime each other, all four of us, and go through her Hinge, and it is so bad. The message she got this morning from this guy that literally sent her a rose on Hinge, which is like the highest honor you can get.
That's
you have
a
to like
big
pay
ick.
for those. Yeah,
Isn't
it's a
it?
big ick.
Okay.
So one of her prompts is that her biggest fear, irrational fear or whatever, is frogs. And this man, Jonathan, says, then why does one of your friends look like one? I know this is the last thing to get a girl, but I just had to. Said one of the girls in her profile looks like a fucking frog.
What?
I was really trying not to laugh, but that is kind of funny. Very horrible. But who says that?
Like, seriously?
It's not funny to say. That's
No.
bully behavior. That's very rude.
That is one of like the worst uses of free will I've ever seen in my
Yes,
whole
it
life.
is.
Like, why did you go
could've
out of
just
your way
not.
to do that?
You could just not. Especially saying, I know this isn't right.
Yeah, and Jonathan, that's why you're single. I'm going to tell you. It's because you're ugly, and two, it's because you have bad attitude.
Yes.
So,
And also, no, they don't look like a frog.
no, they don't look like a frog. My God. Anyway,
That has
so
to
that's
be
what we're
false.
dealing with. I'm going to ghost people because that's what we're dealing with.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Ghost Frogman John.
moving right along. Frogman John. Okay. Are you ready for my pop culture moment?
Yes.
We've arrived. Sarah.
We are here.
And I'm so upset because all I want to do is talk about Wicked, and neither of you have seen it.
I know. I want to see Wicked so bad.
And I do apologize for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to wait till it's streaming.
I've seen it twice.
Yeah, probably me too.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. I won't even listen to the soundtrack because in my mind I'm watching the movie.
Yes, same. I won't do anything.
Yeah,
I won't read anything about it. I
I'm
won't.
like, I can't.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Because have you seen Wicked before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
know the story and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Tracy's going in blind, so don't give her any spoilers.
I know.
Yeah. She's
I'm like, zip it.
they're sisters or something. I'm like, yeah. Totally. There are sisters.
Really close.
Yeah. So I am
Okay.
upset that no one's here to talk to me about Wicked, but
Sorry.
that's okay. Mariah and I went on Friday. She loved it.
Oh,
I know.
I saw you guys in your gingerbread jams. Is that
Yeah,
what
we-
you went and watched?
We
it in?
wore our gingerbread jams and we watched Wicked. And I was dying because we left the movie and Ariana Grande's boyfriend, Ethan Slater.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was
yeah.
SpongeBob in Broadway.
Yeah. He's the
Just
one. There
so
was
you're
like
aware.
cheating rumors and infidelity and
Okay.
whatnot. But they met on the set of Wicked because he plays one of the Munchkins, which I don't even know how we got there. But we were in the car driving home and I was like, oh my gosh, and can you believe like when Ariana Grande's boyfriend popped up on the screen and she was like, was he in it? I'm like, Mariah, we're
Mariah.
turning around. We're going back and watching it because what are you talking about? She was like, oh, I didn't know that was him. I'm like,
How?
I don't know.
That
I
was
don't know.
like the biggest moment ever
Right?
last year.
Right? And she was just talking about it earlier in the day because Ashley told us that she doesn't love Ariana Grande.
Oh.
And so we were talking about the whole drama and everything. And so I thought Mariah would be so excited to see him on the screen. And she was like, was he in it?
I would expect more from her. That's a definite Tracy move. I'd be like, she
No.
has a boyfriend.
I literally was like,
But Mariah.
no,
has
I thought
to
she was
rewatch.
joking at first. I was like, she was being serious. I'm like, oh.
Have you seen those TikToks that's like me when like turn to the person next to me when Ariana Grande's boyfriend pops up onto the screen and it's like she's dating him. I'm like, that would be me.
Wow. Oh,
And
it's
I
that big of a
fully
moment.
Looked over at Mariah. I was like,
There is.
and I
So it was you.
I was like, what did you think when I looked over at you? And she's like, I thought you were just excited.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I love that. She's
Yeah.
like, we shared a moment.
Yeah, she's like, I was really happy too.
She's really happy to be here. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I love that.
Well, first of all,
Can't judge her. That would be me.
no, it would. Yeah. But I feel like you have come a long way in your pop culture knowledge.
Very much
Yeah.
so.
Okay. First up, the Eras Tour is officially over.
Wah, wah. It's very sad. Don't you think?
Wah,
Wah, wah.
wah, wah. It's crazy. Okay.
I felt like we needed a sound effect. We should really start doing that. And
I
it's
like
sad.
it. It is sad.
It actually really
No,
is.
when I tell you I woke up this morning and I was experiencing the 5 stages of grief.
Wow.
4? 5.
5.
I haven't reached one.
Maybe
of
not the 5th. You have yet to hit the 5th.
them. I've yet to hit acceptance. Yeah, it was the last night after over 2 years of shows. So,
Insane.
Mhm.
I wonder how she feels.
It was like 194 shows or something.
Insane.
I would feel sad. I would feel happy. Relieved.
Mm-hmm.
Your weekends are free again.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's also in incredible mental and physical shape. So just also like keeping up with that for that long.
Yeah, how do you maintain? Oh my God, I know.
Well, I'm listening to the Britney Spears autobiography right now. And she was just talking about how one of her tours was so incredibly exhausting. And I mean, it was like a few months and far less shows. And I mean, there were still a lot of theatrics, but it wasn't 3.5 hours, you know?
Is it the circus show?
No.
Mm.
Down? Something.
Mm.
Okay. I know I'm currently listening. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the one after Oops.
Oops.
Yeah. After her Oops, I did it again after that tour, the one after that.
Oh, which one is that? 3?
I don't know.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not 3.
3 what?
3 what? The third? Yeah. I don't know. But she does talk about how she, like, you know, everyone expects these artists to just, like, what's next? Moving on and doing the next thing. And she talked about how, like, unwell she was physically, mentally, and just, like, drained and exhausted. And that near the end, she was just, like, wishing it was over and she wasn't enjoying it anymore. And it made me think about Taylor Swift of, like, how we don't see that from her. She doesn't even talk about that. Like, she still talks like that this is an absolute honor, but she's got to have moments where she is like, I can do it with a broken heart, you know?
Yes, that's what I was just going to say. She talks about it, and I can do it with a broken heart. All the pieces of me shatter as the crowd was chanting more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, more. Do
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Be more.
Yeah. Who cares what's going on, how exhausted you are. Yeah. So I'm really happy for her, actually, because when I heard that, I was like, damn.
I am too. I'm sad. I'm happy for her. I'm sad for me because
Yeah.
there was a time, you guys, in the not so recent past that we were deprived of Taylor Swift as a society.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like she was gone. She was not releasing music. She was not doing appearances. She wasn't doing concerts. And it was a really sad time.
Dark times.
It was dark times. But her last mashup of the acoustic set on piano was Long Live, New Year's Day, and The Manuscript. And it was incredibly moving. And I may have cried to it this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah,
I
I
think
need
you'll really
to
like
watch
it.
and listen.
So yeah, it's over. It's the highest grossing tour of all time, $2 billion, which is $1 billion more than the highest tour, which was also the Eras tour, $1 billion. She hit $1 billion and then she doubled it in the second year. So anyway,
Wow.
she is
Iconic.
that. Yep, $2 billion is crazy.
That
Okay.
is crazy.
Also, the Golden Globe nominations are out, which Tracy informed us of this morning.
Oh my goodness.
Which is so crazy. Thanks, Tracy.
That was an accident, but it did happen.
Okay, so we're gonna go through this. I don't really know any of these. We'll have to see if anyone else does.
Okay.
Best Motion Picture Drama: The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nickel Boys, and September 5th.
Nope, never heard of him.
I watched Dune.
You watched Dune Part 2?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I think so.
Do you feel like it should be nominated for a Golden Globe?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Zendaya's in it, you know, so
Well,
I just love her.
And A Complete Unknown and Dune Part 2, aren't those both Timothy Chalamet?
Probably.
A Complete
don't know.
Unknown is actually not even out yet, I don't believe. Maybe it came out on Friday. I think it was just okay. I think they're both Timothy Chalamet. Anyway, unfamiliar with all of those.
Mm-hmm.
I am
But-
too.
Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy: Anora, Challengers, Amelia Perez, A Real Pain, The Substance, and Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm familiar with Challengers with
Oh.
Zendaya.
I hated that.
I hated that.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm just like not nuanced enough in the motion picture world. Did you watch Challengers, the tennis players?
Mm-mm.
The Substance, Mariah told me, is good. It's a horror film with Demi Moore about taking a substance to keep you young.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
Wicked.
Okay.
Obsessed. It should win 1,000. No further questions or comments at this time. Best Motion Picture Animated: Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, The Wild Robot, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. Fowl is Fowl, like the bird.
Okay.
Have you seen any of those, Tracy?
Yeah. Inside Out 2,
Mm-hmm.
Memoir of a Snail.
What did you think of Memoir of a Snail?
Isn't that the one, Marcel the Shell, or no?
No.
Oh, wait, that's not a snail.
Marcel the Shell with shoes on is separate.
No, I haven't seen Memoir of a Snail. Then.
Wait, Marcel the Shell is a snail.
No, he's not.
Marcel the
no.
Shell with shoes on is a snail. Isn't
I
he?
don't know.
No, he's not a snail. He's a hermit crab.
No. Is he really?
No, I don't know. What is
Marcel the Shell with shoes on?
No, he's literally a shell.
He's a snail.
He doesn't have the
he's a
slug
one-
component.
Oh, Marcel, a 1-inch snail,
Oh, he's a snail?
lives with his grandmother Connie.
Oh my god, he is a snail.
The only
This is really
he
cool.
lives with his grandmother Connie, the only residents of their town after their neighbor's sudden mysterious disappearance. I didn't realize it was a mystery.
Oh, you should watch Marcel.
When discovered by a guest amongst the clutter of his Airbnb, the short film he posts online brings Marcel millions of passionate fans and the new hope of reuniting him with his long-lost family.
Have you
Okay,
watched it?
No. I
Have you,
used to
Sarah?
watch the YouTube
No.
videos.
I never watched the YouTube videos. Well, I thought it was really cute, but that's not the Memoir of a Snail. I've never seen the Memoir of a
Okay,
Snail.
but Marcel the Shell has an eye. He has a googly eye.
That's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't it also look like a hermit crab shell? It doesn't look like a snail shell.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if I've seen a hermit shell recently enough to comment.
yeah.
Aren't they more round?
Huh?
Because don't they have to have the crab in them?
Yeah. But that's I think they look like that. Like conal.
I
Conical.
Pick the hermit crab shell.
Conal.
Cool.
Not conal. Yeah, I think it's more conical. You guys, it's probably variable. Think about the animal
Well,
kingdom.
this crab
Probably
has
any-
a bottle cap on him.
Size, shape. Oh,
I know. The pollution is taking over
How
our world.
incredibly innovative.
Tracy watched that documentary.
Buy more.
Buy more.
You should watch it, everybody, and change your life.
Yeah, they're
Save
all
this
different.
planet.
But Marcel is in there. I think he's in that middle row.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting we're being recorded. Okay, anyway. Whatever. Okay. What do we think deserves to win?
Well, Inside Out too. 'Cause
Inside
that's the
Out
only one I
2.
watched, but
Did you watch that one?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was cute.
it's so cute.
Yeah, I'm also, I'm impartial to Memoirs of a Snail just because.
Wait, did you watch it?
No,
Oh.
I just like the title.
Well, now I do. Now that
Memoir
we've
of a
gone
Snail.
fully around on snails,
Well,
I
let
think
me
they
look.
deserve a shot in the spotlight.
I actually love snails.
Yeah, you save snails.
I save them a lot. I saved one from a pack of worms one time. It was really scary.
a
Oh, wait.
pack of worms.
Yeah. It was a lot. It's the circle of life in action, but
I didn't know
stopped it.
worms ate
It-
snails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like earthworm?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
A
Gosh.
living snail.
Yeah.
They were going for.
He was trying to get out of their clutches. It was really scary. Yeah.
Well, and he's too slow.
I know. I had to pick him up. No, I picked him up and then I got the worms off of him. I threw the worms into the yard because I believe in the power of an earthworm. I don't want them to die, but I wanted the snail to live as well. Okay, Memoirs of a Snail looks really scary. Look, it's dark.
Wait, I did not know. I can't get over the earthworm murderers.
really
I didn't know
dark.
that they were carnivorous.
I don't know if they intend to be. I don't know if it's just like hard times,
Oh,
Like I don't know. Maybe they were
I'm gonna have
struggling
to watch a
that
documentary
day
about snails and worms
for
because
food.
this is crazy.
Look how dark it looks. Like it just looks scary.
It looks super spooky.
It says it's bittersweet, shocking, and inspiring. A series
Shocking. Yeah, it
of
looks shocking.
misfortunes. A snail collecting melancholic misfit learns how to find confidence within herself in the clutter of everyday life.
Melancholic misfit snail.
No, not a collector of snails.
Oh.
Wait, remember how your sis Sav always draws a snail? Remember how she would draw a snail?
No.
Yes.
On
Sav, if you're
what?
listening, I recall. Like she'd sign cards and she'd put a little snail.
Wait,
she'd draw a
cute.
snail.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I don't remember that either.
Oh.
That's cute.
I never got a card.
What a nice memory of her. Oh,
Like when
made it sound
she,
like she was not with
Oh,
us anymore.
she's
She's fine.
like when she would
Remembrance.
decorate like donut boxes in the break room.
Oh,
She'd draw
yes.
snails.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
It was like her thing.
I can't picture one now, but I remember.
And she'd
For
call them
decorating the
slugs
box.
always. She wouldn't call him a snail. She'd draw a snail and then call it a slug. And I'd say, well, anyways, so you guys, should we talk more about snails? Should we do a whole?
We have a lot to
I'm,
cover.
I'm
next
feeling
week.
passionate.
We have a lot to cover next week.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
Okay. Cinematic and box office achievement. Ready? Alien, Romulus. Beetlejuice. Deadpool and Wolverine. Gladiator 2. Inside Out 2. Twisters. Excuse me. Wicked and the Wild Robot. What do we think?
I want to watch The Wild Robot.
Oh, I'm unfamiliar.
Oh my gosh, it looks really funny.
I've heard good things.
About Wild Robot?
Okay, who deserves to win in that category?
I don't know. I haven't seen enough of them.
I know I haven't seen enough. I feel
Wicked.
like Wicked because
Wicked.
just how everyone's been talking
Like
about.
everyone? Wicked.
Wicked.
Deadpool and Wolverine was actually really good.
So
That's
I
coming
don't-
from someone that doesn't love action movies.
I need to
I
watch
haven't
that.
seen it. I need to watch it.
Is it streaming somewhere? Hopefully.
Probably, I don't know.
I heard Gladiator 2 was not good.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
Which is sad because, Paul Mescal with
Yeah.
his shirt off.
Yeah.
You'd have to do really bad to not be able to overcome that. Okay. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture drama. Pamela Anderson, The Last Showgirl. Angelina Jolie, Maria. Nicole Kidman, Baby Girl. Tilda Swinton, The Room Next Door. Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here. And Kate Winslet in Lee. I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen any of those.
Me neither.
I haven't even heard of them.
Me neither. What have we
Usually-
been doing?
Well, usually I can, I do
really.
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just had my head in the sand. I've been reading a lot, so maybe that's why.
Maybe this just wasn't a good year for movies.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe they were all flops and this is the best we've got.
Probably. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going to go for Angelina Jolie just because I love her. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture. Adrian Brody, The Brutalist. Timothy Chalamet, A Complete Unknown. Daniel Craig, Queer. Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing. Ralph Fiennes, Conclave. Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. Sebastian Stan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even care what the movie is. I love Sebastian Stan.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Amy Adams, Night Bitch. Cynthia Erivo, Wicked. Carla Sofia Gascon, Amelia Perez. Mikey Madison, Honora. Demi Moore, The Substance. Zendaya, Challengers. I mean, Cynthia Erivo. Wicked.
Oh.
We got to go for Wicked. Best performance by an actor. I don't actually... By an actor in a musical or comedy. Jesse Eisenberg, A Real Pain. Hugh Grant, Heretic. Gabriel LaBelle, Saturday Night. Jesse Plemons, Kinds of Kindness. Glenn Powell, Hitman. Sebastian Stan, A Different Man. Did you ever see Heretic?
Mm-mm.
It's about the Mormon Church.
Was it good?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I didn't see it either.
I'm going for Glenn Powell just because I have a crush on him.
I did see Hitman.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
But he's hot. So.
He is hot.
I'm looking up Sebastian.
Sebastian Stan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, love Sebastian Stan. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture. Selena Gomez, Amelia Perez, Ariana Grande, Wicked, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist, Margaret Qualley, The Substance, Isabella Rossellini, Conclave, Zoe Saldana, Amelia Perez. What do you think of Sebastian Stan?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I know him from.
Gossip Girl.
No, never watched that.
Captain America, The Winter Soldier.
Never seen it.
He's Bucky
I don't know.
in the Captain America movies.
Oh, I've never seen that either. So I don't know where I've seen him, but he's hot.
Yeah. Maybe you've just seen him like around
the town.
out and about.
Yeah.
I think Ariana Grande Wicked should win. I would love that. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in a motion picture. I don't really care about those people. Best director. Sorry, I don't really care about any of those. Oh my gosh, Wicked wasn't nominated for Best Original Score. That's kind of crazy.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Does it qualify for original?
That's what I was wondering. Maybe it can't.
I don't
Is it
know.
a remake?
Oh, maybe it
know.
doesn't qualify. Sad. Best television series: The Day of the Jackal, The Diplomat, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Shogun, Slow Horses, Squid Games. Haven't seen any of those. Best television series: musical or comedy: Abbott Elementary, The Bear, The Gentleman, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building.
Never watched any of those.
Yes, you have.
What did I watch?
You watched Nobody Wants This.
Oh, yeah, I did watch Nobody Wants This. Can't be trusted.
Oh, best limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television: Baby Reindeer, Disclaimer, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, The Penguin, Ripley, True Detective, Night Country. Baby Reindeer has to win.
Baby Reindeer.
If Monsters wins, I'll be upset.
I've never watched the full season of that.
Also, did you see they're getting released?
What?
No, but they're not anymore.
Sorry?
Yes. So
What do you mean?
I guess when the election happened,
No.
a new, I don't know who it is, Attorney General, I don't know, someone else got into office, and essentially he was like, well, it would take years for me to really review this case and see
Are
if
you
they
being
should
serious?
be recommended for probation. Yeah. So essentially they were just a tactic for votes.
No.
Isn't that so sad? Yeah.
Wait, and how sad for them, because it literally came out saying that they were going to be released. Like, I'm sure they knew
Yeah.
that it was happening.
Yeah.
And then for it to not happen?
He pretty much was like, you guys just think it because of the Netflix documentary, not because you guys have actually done any research or something. And
Oh
so
my
people
God.
were pissed.
So when he was running for election, did he say he was going to release them?
The other guy did, yes.
My God.
But he didn't win.
That is a... Well, that just ruined my day.
And so that's where we end.
Kristen Bell is nominated for Nobody Wants This, and I really hope that she wins for
me too. She
best
killed
performance by an actress in a television series.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Brody's also nominated for Nobody Wants This. I would like him to win as well.
Me as well.
The rest of these people I don't really care about. Oh, Richard Gadd is nominated for Baby Reindeer for best performance by an actor in a limited series. I hope he wins.
Yeah, because that was insane.
That was insane.
crazy.
Oh, Jessica Gunning is nominated for Baby Reindeer as well. I hope she wins. She did a great job. Yeah. Anyway, Nikki Glazer is hosting which I love her, and she's also nominated for stand-up comedy for her special Nikki Glazer Someday You'll Die. That's a funny one as well.
Okay.
If you're interested.
Love a good comedy.
The last thing I have to say for my pop culture moment is I started watching the newest season of The Ultimatum on Netflix.
Is it good?
No, I can't recommend a piece of television less, actually.
Oh, shoot.
I actually just think the whole premise of the show is not okay. It's
I
not
do
normal.
too.
Yeah. That's not normal. And
It's hard to get into for that reason, I think.
There's one guy on there specifically, and I won't say who he is because I don't know if you guys are planning on watching it, but
I won't.
he is literally, I can tell he's on there for a hall pass. Like, he wants to be on there so that he can sleep with another girl and then go back to his other girl and get married to her.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, this specific couple that recoupled with each other, they're like, no, we have such a connection, like, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, their conversation's like, how do you kiss? Like, is it like a light peck or like, how do you, and he's like, oh, I like, I'd love to like swap spit, stick my tongue down your throat.
Oh.
And then it pans to them in their confessionals. They're like, yeah, we just have like such a connection, like just like beyond the physical. And then you go back to them and he's like got his hand on her thigh and he's like, I just love like being close to you. Like, I'm like, dude, open your eyes. You have nothing in common with this human. Like, I hate to break it to you. You're thinking with your penis. And it was just driving me nuts because they're trying to act like they're trying to sell me this story about how they love each other and they think that they're like such a good match. Meanwhile,
yeah,
I know they just be wanting to sleep together.
Yeah, and just say it.
Just say it. And also the way that she specifically treated the guy that she came there with that wanted to marry her. And then, obviously she coupled up with this guy who's a horn dog. The way that she treated her previous partner, like scum of the earth. Scummy.
They're going to end up single, both of them.
I hope so.
Both of them, probably.
I hope so. They're going to end up single or with a baby.
Oh.
Either way.
Both.
Either way.
The drama.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe you should watch it. So you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'll report back.
This girl, just the way that she treats this poor man. I'm like, stand up, dude. Stand up.
Yeah, right?
You don't deserve this.
Yeah. Say no.
Say no. Because I know you want to marry someone. I don't think you should marry her.
Yeah.
And he's a nice looking guy. Like, whatever. It's like the most annoying piece of television. I watched it last night. It was horrible.
I just think if you're ever at a point where you're forcing one of the people to get married, like, you guys probably shouldn't be together.
Thank you.
Yes.
Like, none of those couples.
Seriously, I'm like,
together.
You all should split.
Yes.
How were you planning on coming back from this? Like, what was your thought process?
This is going to make you stronger.
Yeah. And
You're going to, like...
You're going to get engaged and married and, like, always be talking about, hey, remember that one time that we spent, like, a couple weeks, like, with someone else? Do you ever think about them?
Random strangers, too? Not like, I happen to, like, meet someone I have a real connection with and I want to explore that before I tie myself down. No, it's like, I want to find literally anyone.
Yeah. I want to go out of my way.
Yeah.
To try to ruin my relationship.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Let's make this more complicated, actually,
Also,
since it's already difficult.
If you are thinking about proposing to someone and you're thinking like, oh, you know what we should do? We should go on this show, The Ultimatum, because you don't want to marry me and I want to like pressure you into it by like having you have these other experiences. What are you doing? Wake
I know.
up.
Yeah, no, literally. It's the weirdest
It's the
thing.
stupidest thing I've ever seen. I don't know who pitched it. I don't know how there's 3 seasons.
I know.
It's jarring. Maybe
Probably
that's
'cause
why.
Yeah.
Because I'm
why.
jarred.
Yeah, because you're jarred. Now Sarah's going to be jarred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard.
You should watch it. Sarah, do you have anything for our pop culture moment?
No, I don't think so. But I've been out of it a little bit. So I'm
Anything
going to have to
discuss?
go back into the pop culture moment. But no.
Okay.
Not this week.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me all about it.
Sold on SLC dropped.
Oh my God. Did you watch it?
No.
that
I
our
was going
Selling
to this weekend,
Sunset?
but I haven't.
That's Our Selling Sunset. It's on Peacock. It came out last Wednesday. I've actually watched it.
Yeah, and so it's going to drop 1 episode per week, so you're not behind.
No, you're not. And I think there's only going to be like 8 or 9 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I told myself I'd watch it this weekend, but it was a really busy weekend, so I was busy making a marketing slideshow.
I love that.
I didn't
was
watch
busy.
it. But, yeah, I did not. But I do plan to because I want to. I like watching the shows. Well, that's not true. I have never once watched The Housewives.
That's
I was
not
gonna say,
true.
I like shows around here. I didn't finish my thought, but
I did watch The Housewives this
You
weekend.
did? Yeah. See?
Which
I
ones
felt
are you
bad.
watching?
The Salt Lake Real Housewives of Salt Lake
This
City.
season is really good.
I know.
Wait, you watched the bat mitzvah episode? Mary
Were you
peeking in the window?
dead? Mary went like to 5 different windows. First off, okay, but I was dying at the part where they were talking about her slutty hair.
Oh
Brittany's,
my
the
god!
new housewife.
And Brittany's like, "You said I have slutty hair."
And
I
then,
don't. What?
and then what's her name? Oh my god,
Oh,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Lisa goes, "No, you don't, but you do need a Kerastase treatment."
She goes, "No, you don't have slutty hair, but you do need Kerastase Thermatique."
Oh, no, it's not slutty.
Lisa,
It's incredibly
not
damaged.
The time.
It's so Lisa though, and you know what? I
dying.
did go right on Sephora and say, "What is that?" Let me
Yeah.
Google that. Maybe she's sponsored.
No,
That was the
Love
funniest episode of all time. Like that was peak Housewives.
yeah,
The whole thing.
it was
The
too
slutty
good.
hair, the peeking in the window, the escorting out by security, the flashbacks to when they planned the trip before they now all hate each other. Cinematic masterpiece.
I
Needs
know,
to
I
be
can't wait
nominated for
till next
something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I've never
The
watched
trip?
anything. I need
think
to.
you'd like it.
Yeah.
Probably not as much as I want you to, but I think you'd enjoy.
Well, I think it's fun to be in the know
Yeah.
because we all, like, there's just so many connections when they're
Yeah.
near you, you know?
Oh my god! And when Bronwyn was like, "Oh yeah, Brittany and I, we can be friends for like 5 minutes or a minute or something like that," and then they go up to the table and she like fully outs Brittany and saying
so quick.
that Angie is a slut. She's like, "Oh yeah, well Brittany said that you were a slut."
Cuts
and
to
then-
her confessional. She goes, "I gave her 5 minutes."
And Brittany's like, "What, Bronwyn? Why would you say that?"
Wow.
It was just iconic. Like I honestly want to go back and watch it because I feel like I didn't even catch everything I needed to catch. You know, it's just
that
like a shit
episode
show.
Was great.
It was
was
so great.
So good.
So good. Yeah, I'm excited for the next one. I'm also watching Beverly Hills, which is okay. It's a little lackluster. Everyone's getting divorced this season.
I haven't watched this season.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not that great. But I did watch Sold on SLC. I liked it. I'm excited for episode 2. It's an interesting vibe.
Yeah. I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued
I'ma
as
watch.
well. Yeah.
Haven't yet, though.
What
so.
else am I watching? I think that's it. Housewives. Sold on
Comes in
SLC.
waves, huh?
Dancing with the Stars is over. I'm kind of sad, but
I was really into it.
I love
season.
Dancing with the Stars. They're going on tour. I'm really thinking about going.
Me too.
Really?
Should we go together?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, and Tofia's gonna come too, 'cause she's also
okay.
Dancing with the Stars stan.
No,
Cute.
like
We
this
should go.
season, I don't know what it was, but I was like
I know.
Tuesday.
It's
sat,
so good.
7 p.m.
And I missed the last episode because I had family in town,
Oh.
and that was really sad because it's like the culmination of like all your work and weeks, and
Absolutely.
everything, and then you
Yeah.
missed the finale. So
Yeah.
I feel like I got robbed. I need to go see a live show.
Absolutely.
Have to.
We must.
Must. Okay, well. Oh, and you're reading Britney Spears.
Yeah, I am listening to it on Audible.
Yeah, so hopefully she'll have an update for us next week. She also listened to Matthew McConaughey, Green Lights.
Mm-hmm.
You're big in the pop culture books right now.
Yeah. And Matthew McConaughey fell into my lap because we have our little free library out in front of our house, and it was in there. I'm like, I should give it a little read while I'm watching the kids ride bikes. And then I got hooked.
Hooked.
He's got an interesting life. But yeah.
Yeah, she recommended it to me. I've added it to my list. I'm in the middle of a series right now, so I'll have to wait. But
Yeah, that reminds me I need to bring it in. Anyways.
anywhoozle, I think that's all we have. Hopefully.
Yes, it is. Thanks so much for joining us for another one, and we will see you next spill. Thanks for spilling with us on The Spill at Rise. If you loved what you heard, don't be shy. Hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop. And for all the juicy extras, follow us on Instagram for some behind-the-scenes goodness.
Oh, and did we mention we're also on YouTube? Yep, we're everywhere. See you next time.